Today's CCIW matchup between the Pioneers of Carroll University and your Illinois Wesleyan University Titans. The NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by its student athletes, coaches, and fans. Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at student athletes, officials, team representatives, or other fans will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. Thank you for your assistance in providing a positive atmosphere. Now let's meet today's starters. First for the Pioneers of Carroll. Batting first and playing center field, number 1, Joey Apino. Batting second and playing third, number 23, Dalen Lamberson. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 24, Lane Scott. Batting cleanup and catching, number 26, Jimmy Williams. Batting fifth and playing left field, number 10, Brody Furco. Batting sixth, the DH, number 30, Nathan Crick. Batting seventh, playing first base. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 8, Anthony Totto. Batting ninth and in right field, number 14, Eddie Sinek. And on the mound for the Pioneers, number 25, Braden Lewis. Okay. And now your starting lineup for your Illinois Wesleyan University Titans. Batting first and in right field, number 14, Tristan Figgis. Batting second and at shortstop, number 33, Justin Godomski. Batting third and playing first base, number 27, Cade Tomhave. Center field, number 19, Matt Hudick. And on the mound for the Titans, number 20, Dalen Banks. Will you all please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem?
North Park was able to capitalize as we get started here.
Hey, the game is starting. Hey, guys, the game is starting.
As the first batter for Carroll will step into the plate, and that will be Joey Apino. Dalen Banks is on the mound for the Titans. And his first pitch is low and away for ball one. Dalen Banks, one of the star aces for this Titan team, played a pivotal role for them last year. That one misses for another ball. Carroll coming off of a very strong performance, 2 performances in CCI play, as that one's called a strike. Games against Milliken did Carroll, as that one's called the strike. Apino thought it was ball 4, but umpire says no. As the next offer is ball 4, so Dalen Banks starts the game off with a walk. We'll see how he comes back to handle it.
Third baseman, number 23, Dalen Anderson.
So Apino on first, Dalen Lambertson for the Pioneers. Lambertson hitting .358 this year. 11 walks, so it takes a fair amount of walks, as Apino thought about running to second. Woltman checks on him at first, no throw though. Woltman, a very, very good backstopper for the Titans, able to use his arm, throw runners out. That's something that the Titans are going to have to tighten up a little bit in this game, no pun intended, but their defense, they got to be able to make defensive plays, especially when they're in games when they're not able to find offensive production, as that one's hit into right field, and that'll drop to the right fielder, Tristan Figgis. So Carroll jumping on Dalen Banks early, 2 runners on, still nobody out. As Apino moves over and Lambertson gets on first, and that will bring up Lane Scott, the shortstop for the Pioneers. It's been a theme for the Titans, getting down early. They don't want to fall too far behind, because they've had trouble catching up when they get down early, as the count is at 1-0 to the hitter, Scott. Banks will have a redo on the mound. That one's in for a strike against Scott, the .320 hitter for the Pioneers. Both runner goes. Throw to third by Woltman. And they are going to nail him by a mile. So Tyler Woltman nails the runner at third, getting the lead runner. They'll give up second, no problem, as they'll get an out. Crucial out by Tyler Woltman, helping out his pitcher Banks, who has found himself with a couple of runners on, now only one in scoring position. Swing and a miss from Lane Scott. Two pitch on the way. See if Dalen can get a strikeout. As that one hit it high to left field. Ranging in and making the catch is Jack Flagg out in left field. Your Titan defense is Flagg in left, Hudick in center, and Figgis in right. And then it is Gargoni and Gadomski on the left side, Gage Wolf and Tom Have on the right side, with Banks on the mound and Woltman behind the plate. As Jimmy Williams will swing and miss for strike one. Williams, 276 hitter. 14 RBIs on the year. As he'll look at a second strike. Banks doing a good job battling back after allowing a couple runners. He's ahead in the count, 0-2. Awkward looking swing, but it'll be fouled off to the right. The 0-2 pitch will do it again. Pioneers got Lambertson on second, as that one's in the dirt. The 0-2 pitch, strike three from Dalen Banks, as he got the hitter. Jimmy Williams looking. So a couple of base runners for Carroll, but they can't do anything with it as Banks gets out of it, and that will send the men in green and white up to the plate next. It's the bottom of the first coming up here on the Titan Broadcast Network.
I can see it now. The smell of the grass on the quad. That sense of excitement in the air each fall. It feels like yesterday. While I'm no longer 18, I know there are students out there ready for an opportunity like I had. For the space to discover passions, bond over dreams, and make lifelong friends. Breakthrough at Illinois Wesleyan University.
It's the home half of the first. Jack Hornberger Field, Titans and Pioneers. Titans trying to get their first conference win in a very, very competitive CCIW. Trying to rebound after a tough North Park series, as I mentioned, on the top half of the inning. Coach Keller, in a couple interviews we've had, has talked about the Titans being an older team and kind of being surprised at, learning how to win games, so to speak. Wasn't a problem that he said he was expecting to have with that older leadership group, but got to be ready for the unexpected, and Coach Keller is certainly trying to figure out the right combinations and right way to get this Titan team on track as we take a look at the Titan lineup. It's Figgis, Gadomski are the first two hitters. As Figgis looks at strike one from the pitcher, Braden Lewis, the right-hander for Carroll. Lewis misses outside for a ball. That one's fouled back for a strike. Braden Lewis, one of the aces on this Carroll team, leading his team in ERA, 270. He's got one appearance this year. That one's high and away, so not a lot of work for Braden Lewis, but in the work that he has done very, very well. That one's hit to left field, ranging back on it and getting under it for the catch, and the out is Brody Furco. Out there in left field, as we look at the Carroll defense, it's Furco in left, Joey Apino in center, Eddie Sinek in right, Lambertson and Scott on the left side, Anthony Totto, Thomas Ward on the right side of the infield, Lewis on the mound, and Jimmy Williams, the catcher behind the plate. As Gadomski steps in and hits that one down the right field line, and it's going to drop fair. And big turn around first Gadomski took, but he'll stay right there on the bag.
First baseman, number 27, Tom Name.
And the Titans have their first base runner. And this is the guy that you want up at the plate for the Titans if you are wanting some offensive power. Cade Tomhave is absolutely just ripping it up this year, leading the Titans in a lot of offensive stats. He's got a .472 average, which is just absolutely insane. As he'll hit that one to right field. Sinek over in right is under it for the catch. So that will retire Tom Have.
Third baseman, number 1, Jimmy Gergoni.
Gadomski stays at first, and Jimmy Gergoni will step up to the plate. Gergoni, another one of those guys on this Titan team, playing a pivotal role in last season as he looks at a strike on the outside part of the plate. The 0-1 chopped. Tough play for the third baseman, Lambertson, ranging in, long throw, a scoop, and the out. Nice play from Lambertson and Thomas Ward at first with the scoop to get the third out of the inning. The Titans get a base runner, but they do nothing with it, just like the Pioneers in the top half. We'll be back at Jack Hornberger Field with more baseball after this.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year.
Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation.
Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
Pioneers back up to the plate, going to work against the Titan in Dalen Banks. As Brody Furco will be the first batter. It'll be Furco, Crick, and Ward to do up in the top of the second. Carroll able to find a couple of base runners early. It's going to be very important using the opportunities that you are awarded, especially with Dalen Banks on the mound being the great pitcher that he is. Doesn't give up a lot of opportunities. As the first pitch is a strike. Furco not offering at either of the first 2 pitches, finds himself down in the count 0-2, as that's a little dribbler foul. Banks doing a good job trying to mix up locations and pitches as the 0-2 called strike 3. Dalen Banks with another strikeout.
The DH, number 30, Nathan Crick.
As Nathan Crick will step into the box. He is DHing for Carroll. As strike 1 is dealt. .250 average for Nathan Crick, as he'll chop that one over to third. Gargoni on it, throws across for the out. So 2 up, 2 down for Dalen Banks.
First baseman, number 15, Thomas Ward.
As Thomas Ward will go to the plate. Ward leading Carroll in strikeouts. This could be an opportunity for Dalen Banks to add another one. See how aggressive Ward is swinging the bat. As he'll chop that one foul to his own dugout. And again, the count is 0-2. What will Dalen throw try and get the out? The 0-2 is hit into left field. Ranging back on it and making the grab is Jack Flagg. 1-2-3 for Dalen Banks. Down go the Pioneers and up come the Titans. You're watching on the Titan Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Yeah. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right. At 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
We are back, and we thank you for joining us on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12 Ounce Sports. Wherever you may be watching, we appreciate the support as the Titans up and running on the offensive side of the bat as Tyler Woltman will step into the plate. Woltman already throwing out a Carroll runner at third. Doing his part on defense, now getting a chance on offense. As he'll look at his first strike from Braden Lewis. Tried to go back on the outside part of the plate, doesn't get the call. Again goes back towards the outside part, and once again does not get the call. Woltman, very good eye, not going after those pitches. They go a little bit more inside, and that's chopped over to second base, ranging over, and making the play is Anthony Tato. He had a long run, but able to make the play. Tato showing off his range at second. Not an easy play, but made it look pretty easy. As Ben Ford will now step in for the Titans, the right-handed hitter. And is dealt strike one. Ford watches that one low, evens it up. A little bit of a wild pitch in the dirt, taken for a ball. Ford hits that one back to Tato. He'll scoop it up, and a much easier play for Tato this time as he records the out at first. So just like that, the Titans find themselves with 2 outs as Gage Wolf will step into the box, trying to get something going for the Titans. Gage Wolf, another one of those offensive weapons. And check swing, he went too far, strike one. And strike two as Gage Wolf trying to use the bat to his advantage. That one's hit up too short. Lane Scott on it for Carroll. And that's the 3rd out of the inning. So both teams pitching is being efficient so far. It's knotted up at 0-0. We'll be back for the top half of the inning when we come back on the Titan Broadcast Network.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Anthony Tato leads off the top of the third in this matchup between the Titans and the Pioneers. Both pitchers being very efficient. A little bit more base traffic for Carroll than the Titans, but Dalen Banks handling it very well. Getting himself out of a couple of jams.
Leading off for the Pioneers, number 8, Anthony Tato.
Tato, Sinek, and Lewis due up for the Carroll inning. First pitch ball taken by Tato. Tato going with the old school look of no batting gloves. I kind of dig that. As he'll look at that one for a strike. It's not something you see very often anymore, I would venture to say, with the no batting gloves. But hey, whatever floats your boat, as that one's fouled back. A 1-2 count as Dalen delivers. That one hit into center field, ranging over on it. And making the catch is actually the left fielder as the wind pushed that one to Jack Flagg. But Matt Hudick out there in center, ranging over just in case. Never know what's going to happen as Eddie Sinek will step in. Off-speed pitch misses high. The 1-0 misses low and away this time. It's 2-0. Three straight pitches missing the zone for Dalen Banks. Sinek, very advantageous count right now, 3-0. And no swing, he'll take that one right down the pipe for strike one. Little surprised he didn't swing as he swings there and makes it a full count. Usually a 3-0 count, they get the go ahead to swing. And Dalen Banks battles back after 3 straight balls and gets the strikeout.
Center fielder, number 1, Joey Apino.
As that is his 3rd strikeout, and Joey Apino steps up. Apino, the only walk Dalen Banks, has given up so far. That one's low. Banks misses again. The 2-0 pitch is called to strike. That one scorched down the third base line, but it will go foul as third base coach for Carroll tried to make a barehanded play. Good effort. Always gotta give the base coaches some credit down there trying to make some plays. Another one low and outside. Yet another full count for Dalen Banks. This time against Apino. Able to get the strikeout last time. and gets it this time. Dalen Banks, 2 straight strikeouts will end the inning for the Titans, battling back from hitters' counts. That will end the Pioneers inning as the Titans will come back to bat on the Titan Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is proven science? At Just Thrive, it's about best-in-class clinical research. It's about supplements that empower users to control their health. These are the elements that make up the foundation of Just Thrive. Our proven, clinically backed, proprietary probiotic removes the guesswork from supplement selection because we've done the work for you to ensure that you're getting the best product possible, empowering you to take back control of your health from a leader in the digestive, immune, and emotional health spaces.
The men in green and white back up to bat, starting with Jack Flagg with Matt Hudick on deck. Braden Lewis on the mound for the Pioneers. Flagg's first trip up to the plate. See what he can do as he'll hit that one sky high. Short right center field, caught by the second baseman Anthony Tato. And just like that, that's the first out of the inning as Matt Hudick will step in, the lefty trying to get something going as these pitchers finding their rhythm. As that one's taken for a ball. Squared up to bunt, he gets it down. It's a good looking bunt. He's gonna try and beat it, overthrown. And good defense by Carroll, as that could have been way worse for him. But backing up the play was the second baseman, Tato. So Hudick gets the bunt down, finds himself on first base. And that's what the Titans need, are base runners trying to find their offensive rhythm. As Tristan Figgis will step in and foul it off for strike one. Hudick showing off the speed on the bunt, maybe a threat to steal. As he gets in a pickle, they picked him off. And just like that, Hudick gets thrown out. So base running mistake for the Titans, costs them an out and a base runner. Not what you want if you're the Titans. You're making defensive mistakes against North Park, and now you make a base running mistake. Two outs now as that one misses wide. That one fouled towards the right field parking lot. Misses the car though, so that's always a good thing. The 1-2 pitch, chopped over, taken by the third baseman Lambertson. He'll range over and get the out, and that'll end the inning for Carroll as they go 1-2-3 against the Titans. It's still knotted at 0. You're watching Illinois Wesleyan Baseball on the Titan Broadcast Network. We'll be right back.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
We're back on the Titan Broadcast Network. Michael Eganhouse, and I'm joined by Tyler Swanson. Tyler, how you doing?
Good. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Wishing it was a little bit warmer, but, you know, we'll
Always.
take it.
These guys, I'm sure they took some spring break trips or used to warmer weather, but they're back to Illinois, so it's 40s and cold here in Illinois. Typical Illinois weather.
Gotta love Illinois, as this one is still knotted at 0, and this game is moving very quickly. It's already the top of the 4th, as we've seen a bit of a pitcher's duel. Tyler, and I hear you're a baseball player yourself. What is it like, maybe for those who don't know, when you get into a pitcher's duel? How frustrating can it be on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, it almost feels like if you're a hitter, you just cannot crack the pitcher. I mean, usually when guys are in a pitcher's duel, they're doing their best stuff. They're throwing their best pitches every pitch. And it seems like if for an offense, you get one guy on second base, maybe that's a turning point. And we'll see if Carroll can do that here, if Wesleyan can do it in the next half inning.
As Dalen Lambertson steps to the box, and he'll hit that one to center field, but it's going to be perfectly hit to the center fielder in Matt Hudick. And one hitter, one out.
That ball was pretty well teed up that time. Fastball right down the plate. He grooved it. Nice swing by Carroll. But a lot of times when it is this cold outside, the ball just doesn't quite fly like it does when it's warm.
Lane Scott takes a hack at the first pitch, fouls it off. Scott had a foul out the last time he was up. Banks delivers high.
We'll see when Dalen Banks goes here. 2 fastballs, 1 foul late, 1 high. Let's see if he mixes in a little breaking ball here, some off speed.
Just gets a piece of it, does Lane Scott. Good pitch by Banks. Banks 4 strikeouts on the day, Tyler. He's having a great day, looking for another one.
Yeah, as you mentioned, there's definitely been a pitcher's duel. Lane's had his best stuff so far, and Carroll's guy has had his best stuff. We'll see if he can continue here with another strikeout.
That one in the dirt. Changing the eye level of the hitter, Scott. That one's scorched into the gap, and it's going to drop for an extra base hit as the Titans get it in quickly, but that is the first extra base hit of the game, and it comes courtesy of Lane Scott, and that one was absolutely scorched into right center field.
Yeah, really nice job by Lane Scott that time. That time it was an outside fastball. He took it right to the right side, put it right in right field, and able to get himself a double. We'll see if the Pioneers can crack first here.
Jimmy Williams will be the guy tasked with trying to get the runner in scoring position home in Lane Scott. As they'll hit that one this time into left center field, and that's going to drop. And Scott will score easily standing, as that was a long single, but it gets the job done, and Carroll finds themselves on the board 1-0.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes one guy, one barrel to get things open. That time, Carroll finds with their second barrel and gets their first run of the ball game.
So with that RBI single, it's going to cause a meeting on the mound as the umpires are out on the mound. Maybe Not sure what happened. Maybe an injury to Dalen Banks. We'll have to see, but he's walking off the field. So not good news for the Titans.
It didn't really look like Banks was holding anything in particular, maybe just a little bit of elbow tightness or some soreness somewhere in his body that he got the attention of Coach Keller that time and said, I'm going to be done. Conveniently, it did come after 2 hits, though, so. on the game mound, but yep.
You would be correct. So Martinez will get a few more, and well, we have a break. And since we mentioned that you are a baseball player, how's it going for you guys?
Our season, we're off to a little slow start right now, 4-4. We dropped a couple of games. We dropped them to Edwardsville High School in Illinois, who's got a really good program, and then we dropped one to Central High School out of Alabama, who's the number 6 ranked team in Alabama. So they've got a good team. But last night we started off conference play nice and hot with a 12-0 victory over Pure Notre Dame. So we're looking to get another one tomorrow and go 2-0 in conference play. But it's been a good start so far.
Very nice. I gotta say, I see, for those of you, you can't see us on the screen, but he is wearing a Normal Community shirt. I went to Normal West, but we still love you over there at Normal Community. We'll still show you some love, but
I've got my fair share of buddies that unfortunately have to go to Normal West, but it's all love between the two schools. As long as you're not a U-High guy, that's all I care about.
So Martinez is warmed up, and we are back to action after Dalen Banks left with an apparent injury. So Brody Furco will step into the plate. Runner on first in Williams. And the first pitch is low and inside from Martinez.
I was going to say, I'm interested to see what kind of mindset Carroll comes out with here. New guy, fresh out of the bullpen. We're coming out swinging. Obviously, just took the first pitch there, but don't know what he's got quite yet. We'll see here on this at bat.
Smoked down the first base line, but that's going to go foul. Titans lucky that one wasn't going to stay in fair territory. That was going to be trouble. Pick-off throw from Martinez. 1-1 count. It's 1 out. Ideally, you're looking probably for a double play to get out of the inning real quick. Bunt put down. Martinez over to field it. Throw to first. They get him at first. Pitchers are athletes too, people.
Absolutely. Really nice job of Martinez. Nice bunt by Carroll that time, right down the third baseline. Martinez popped off that mound fielder and made a nice strong throw to first base. Able to get the second out of the inning with the runner advancing.
So another runner in scoring position, as you mentioned, in the advancing Williams, and Nathan Crick will step up with a chance to add on to the 1-0 lead that Carroll has in this top half of the inning. Martinez misses low. Now misses inside. This is a pivotal moment, I would say. It's still early, but a pivotal moment for Martinez. You're already down 1-0. You don't want to let any more runs in, especially knowing the struggles that your offense has had trying to get back into games, as that one's called for a strike.
Precisely. Carroll has been down on the mound so far. The Titans have just not been able to crack any hits, any production offensively. A big moment right here from Martinez. Get this thrown out of the inning, get ourselves back in the dugout.
That one popped up really high behind the plate. Woltman on it and makes the grab. And that will retire the Pioneers. They do get a run, and they lead it 1-0. It's the Titans back up to bat on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12 Ounce Sports when we return.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
The Carroll Pioneers lead it 1-0 as we head into the home half. And the Titans need to find something going on offense. It's a close game. Luckily, they're keeping it close, but they got to find something to get going on the offensive side and figure out Braden Lewis.
Yeah, sometimes it's just one hit, one barrel. Find a way to get that first guy on base, and the rest of the guys kind of fall in line. We'll see if Justin can get started right here with a nice base knock.
Kadomski wasting no time following that last pitch. This time he'll hit it over to short, sliding play, a long throw. He got him as a great play from Lane Scott. Sliding over and a long throw, not an easy play.
No, terrific play by Landon Scott that time, right in between the 5-6 hole, on her knees, sliding, picked it on the backhand, and fired an absolute rifle to first base to knock down the Titans. Really nice play by Scott that time.
Cade Tomhave now up to bat. Got him taken for a ball. Evens it up at 1-1. Tomhave smokes that one to right field, running over and not going to make the catch is Eddie Sonic, as that will drop foul. Cade Tomhave, an interesting stat for you. Weighted on base average, 614, and basically, I don't know if you've heard that stat, I'm sure you have, but basically it's a way to track batting average, and the higher it is, the more extra base hits and walks you get. So Tomhave really doing a nice job getting on base and not just singles, as they'll smoke that one to third. Lambertson on it for the out.
Yeah, so basically what that stat says is whenever he does hit the ball, he does well with getting extra base hits.
That would explain a lot of his offensive stats for the Titans up near the top, as Jimmy Gorgoni will step into bat. Grounded out his last time, right back at the pitcher. And, as Braden Lewis couldn't handle it, he missed the ball picking it up, and the Titans will take it. They got a base runner.
Yeah, I was going to say if Williams had made that play, it was going to be a really tough break for Gorgoni. I mean, he absolutely sizzled that ball right back up the middle. Caught Williams right in the thigh and ended up overrunning it for a single. So maybe that's the hit that kind of gets this Titan offense rolling. We'll see. We'll see if Tyler Woltman can follow it up with another base knock here.
Woltman, one of those guys for Coach Keller. Talked about it before, but leaning on him for some leadership on this team. As I mentioned it in the pregame and start of the game, but that's what the Titans need right now, is they need to find some leadership as they tried to bunt, and strike one is called.
Interesting call by Coach Carroll that time. Obviously 2 outs on the board. That looked like it was going to be a push bunt to the left side. Maybe trying to make Williams work a little bit here off the mound, see if he could steal one.
Pickoff attempt unsuccessful. Titans learning from their mistake earlier as they got picked off. Woltman fouls that one back for a strike. In the hole, 0-2. The 0-2 hit to right field, and they are not going to make a play. The Carroll defense just out of reach.
We'll see what Williams goes for. He's doing a couple of fastballs on back-to-back pitches right here. One was fouled straight back. One Woltman was a little late on. We'll see if he goes off speed here, goes to a high fastball.
Woltman will step back in, 0-2 count. Runner on first and 2 outs. And again, the Titans get picked off. And, they get second. There's a wild throw over to second. They got lucky on that one.
Yeah, Gorgoni, I mean, he was going all the way that time. Weight was on that front foot. He was going. Really nice pickoff move that time by Williams with the 45-degree angle pickoff move right to first base. He fired a strike. All around good play. Lucky Gorgoni got himself on second.
So one of the few chances for the Titans with a runner in scoring position, as that one is hit over to second, and Tato is on it for Carroll, and just like that, the Titans leave one on base in scoring position. The Pioneers still lead it, and they'll be up to bat on the Titan Broadcast Network when we return.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is proven science? At Just Thrive, it's about best-in-class clinical research. It's about supplements that empower users to control their health. These are the elements that make up the foundation of Just Thrive. Our proven, clinically backed, proprietary probiotic removes the guesswork from supplement selection because we've done the work for you to ensure that you're getting the best product possible, empowering you to take back control of your health from a leader in the digestive, immune, and emotional health spaces.
There we go. Thank you. We are having quite the pitcher's duel as it's 1-0 Carroll, and they're going to be up to bat with Thomas Ward. And the Titans defensively and pitching, they just need to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job. Obviously, with the injury here, Lassing Ramirez is coming in and done a really nice job forcing 2 outs, one on a pop-up and one on a ground out with a runner at second. Titans have been excellent defensively so far today. No errors. Everybody has played a great defensive game. It's just been the offenses is kind of lacking. We'll see if we can get 3 quick outs here and try to get something sparked on the offensive side.
Number 15, Thomas Ward.
Ward already won at bat with a foul out. First pitch low and outside. Thought about swinging, but able to check the bat. Another one misses. 3 straight balls thrown from Martinez. Not how you want to start your inning.
And Martinez kind of came in on his first at bat of last inning and just could not throw a strike as he finds one right there. But, I mean, it's just been all fastballs so far. Nothing off speed, no change-ups, no curveballs, just all fastballs. Just can't quite find it right now.
3-1, doesn't get the call on the outside part of the plate, ball 4.
I really feel like that was probably his best miss so far he's thrown of all fastballs. That one seemed like it was painted pretty good that time on the outside. Obviously, the umpire saw it differently, and Carroll got a base on balls.
Yeah, not sure Tyler Woltman agreed with it. He looked back at the umpire, maybe asking where that pitch was that they throw over to first. Tato, the hitter for the Pioneers. Another throw over to first. Wanting to make sure that runner doesn't go anywhere. As the bunt is laid down, it's a pretty good one. Woltman on it, and wild throw, but good job by Tom Have to scoop that up.
Yeah, nice job by the catcher that time for the Titans, able to bounce it. Almost looked like he just picked it up and just kind of slung it over there. Tom Have had to pick it on a couple bounces, but nonetheless a nice play by Tom Have on first base.
So a productive out for Carroll as they move the runner Ward over to second base with only 1 out, and Eddie Sinek takes strike 1. So one good pitch as that one's finding the strike zone for strike 2.
Yeah, really nice job here. A lot of pitchers say get ahead, stay ahead, and that's exactly what he's done so far on this at bat. He's gotten 2 strike calls. We'll see if we can get another one to punch him out.
Just misses on the outside part of the plate.
Even though that did miss, I like that pitch that time. Had the batter thinking about it, almost got an offer to swing. Nice breaking ball. Maybe throw that maybe a little bit more on the inside, and you get strike 3.
That one doesn't get the call, as that one looked like a pretty decent pitch.
Yeah, that was another good pitch that time. A high fastball went there with 1-2. Now we're back into 2-2. We'll see what he goes with here.
That one's hit short center field, and the Titans are not going to get to it as that'll drop in. And that's just a tough break for the Titans as they didn't hit it hard enough to get to the outfielder.
No, I actually have an old baseball coach that would kind of call one of those kind of a duck snore kind of hit right there. Just found some open grass, no Titans there. A really nice pitch by Martinez that time, curved that one right in there, but a nice piece of hitting by Carroll tonight to duck that one right in.
So that will put runners at the corners for Carroll. Prime opportunity for them to add on to the lead with Joey Apino up to bat. Apino lays off the first pitch for a ball.
We've seen a couple of times already in this game that Carroll is not afraid to bunt the ball, even with the leadoff hitter Apino at the dish. We'll see if they try to force in that second run, especially with how poor the Titans have been hitting so far on this contest.
The worst thing you could do if you're Apino is hitting into a double play, which is, of course, what the Titans would like. That one misses. Fouled off by Apino. They'll do it again. Sinek at first, Ward at third. That one called a strike. Nice pitch on the outside half.
Yeah, I was going to say, if that one was not called a strike, I'm going to have a grievance that time. A really nice pitch on the outside. Batter had no shot at it, but the pitcher made a really nice execution that time.
Martinez will throw over to first. Checking on Sinek. That one will hit the batter, Apino. And that will load the bases as you had a 2-2 count and you hit Apino. Just, you can't do that when you got a 2-2 count.
No, it's very poor execution that time, and Martinez had kind of been running in with those fastballs on righties for the past couple at bats. That time had burned him. 2-2 count, hit by pitch is never a good sign for a pitching staff.
That'll bring up Dalen Lambertson. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And he's got the bases loaded, only 1 out in the inning. Carroll is already leading it 1-0, trying to add on. Missing outside for ball 1.
And if you're Martinez right here, just find a way to get some weak contact. Find a way to roll up a 2-bagger or even 1 out. Just find a way to get contact and avoid it, and avoid a big inning.
They're seemingly trying to really hammer that outside part of the plate. Martinez missing too far outside that time, but we'll see maybe as the game goes on and in this at bat, we'll see if the umpire maybe will give him that call because they are trying to want that outside half.
Yeah, and it just may be the catcher, the framing wise, he's just not quite getting around there to pull it back in, or maybe the umpire's just not quite as leaning on the outside corner, but he's definitely been peppering that outside corner so far.
And again, they go outside. They get the call on that one.
It kind of seems like right now every other pitch on the outside is either a strike or a ball. Like, I mean, that one looked like the exact same pitch that time as the one before, but this time it's a strike and last time was a ball. We'll see how that kind of filters.
A comebacker, and Martinez almost catches it. They throw it to first. Good pick. They get the out, but Carroll will get a run. As Martinez, that would have been a fantastic catch and probably a double play.
Yeah, and honestly, obviously you don't want the drop, but a nice shot by Martinez just knocking that ball down. That ball was headed for center field that Martinez doesn't get a glove on it. Instead, he gets a knockdown. Carroll does get a run, but you still get 1 out. You still get an out of that situation.
So that'll bring up Lane Scott with runners on second and third, 2 outs now. As that one's called a strike on the outside half.
And nice job Martinez really kind of putting it right on the chalk that time, able to get the strike call.
That one a little too far outside, evens it up at 1-1. That one smoked in between third and short, and they're going to send both runners. The throw is not going to be in time, so they score both. As that'll be a single and 2 RBIs for the hitter, and that's going to extend the Carroll lead. And we talked about it. They didn't want to let Carroll get any more runs, and they're doing exactly that. The offense is going to have to really step it up when they come back to the plate.
Yeah, tough break that time for the Titans. That ground ball just finds a 5-6 hole. Nice shot by Lane Scott, though. Breaking ball, sat, and then pounded it right at the last second, pounded right to that 5-6 hole, able to knock in a couple runs for the Pioneers. But that mountain is kind of now pretty surmountable for the Titans, who haven't put up any runs over the course of 4 innings so far. Now you're chasing 4 instead of just 2.
That one's chopped over to short. Flip over to second, and they'll get the out, and that will end the inning, but not after Carroll adds to their lead as they find themselves up 4-0, and the Titan Bats have their work cut out for them. You're watching Illinois Wesleyan Baseball on the Titan Broadcast Network.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year.
Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation.
Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
It's Titan Baseball on the Titan Broadcast Network as Michael Eganhouse and Tyler Swanson with you on the call. Titans finding themselves down 4-0 as they will try to dig themselves out of a hole with Ben Ford and Gage Wolf, the first two hitters, as Braden Lewis is just absolutely dealing. Only 2 hits given up for Braden Lewis.
Yeah, 2 hits through 4 innings so far. Just a really good stat line for Braden Lewis, and even the balls that have been put into play have just kind of been weak little dunkers that have just not found barrels. We'll see if the Titans can start finding some barrels right here and try to chase on that 4-run mark. And I don't really mean to beat a dead horse, but it really is just one guy that can just get the whole thing started. I mean, 1 base hit, 1 gapper, 1 double, one even single can just get the whole thing started, and we'll see if the Titans can find that right here in this inning.
Ford being very patient at the plate in a 2-0 count, and like you said, just something, even a bunt.
Yeah.
Lay down a bunt, try and beat it out for a single, will do anything, as that one's going to hit up the middle. And so we talked about it, and they did it. They find a base runner with a single.
Yeah, that was a terrific job that time by Ford. Sitting back on that breaking ball. He's done a nice job mixing that in so far tonight, but he sat back on it, sat, and drove it right up the middle. We'll see if Gage Wolf can advance him right here.
Titans not very many base runners tonight. Going to have to take advantage of the opportunity as a bunt is missed for strike 1.
Those are the kind of plays as coaches that just drive you nuts. You throw the bunt sign down there. You expect your lefty to get it down for the drag bunt. Just couldn't quite get that one down. We'll see if Gage Wolf can capitalize here and get a base knock.
As they'll throw over to first, check on the runner. Ford is 2 for 2 in stolen bases and attempts. That one misses outside.
Yeah, as we've seen a couple of times in this game, it's been the lefty pickoff move that has kind of burdened the Titans if they've gotten a runner on first base. We'll see if Ford's a little smarter than his compadres over there and try not to get picked off.
Another one smoked into center field. That's going to drop. So 2 straight singles for the Titans, and they may have something brewing here.
Yeah, back-to-back breaking balls for these past 2 hitters, and back-to-back really nice swings. Both balls up the middle, both balls fine on the outfield grass, and now the Titans have first and second with nobody gone. No momentum here.
Jack Flagg, the right-handed hitter for the Titans.
Jack Flagg with a really unusual number for a hitter and for a player at 41. I don't think I've seen a lot of 41s in my days of baseball. I like it though.
What number do you wear?
I wear 23, so I'm on the lower end.
All right. I like 23. I wore 23 in basketball. Flagg watches that one low.
And one of the things that Williams has had the advantage of in this game is not having to deal with base runners because there hasn't been very many of them, quite frankly. But right here, a little bit of pressure starts to build with guys on first and second. The runners are in your head and sometimes leave one over the dish for a base hit.
That one hit over to third in the hole. Gets through. They're going to send the runner. And not going to be a throw. So the Titans find the scoreboard as they get a run in Ben Ford crossing the plate, and that's exactly what you want to do. Small ball, get him on and get him over.
Yeah, terrific job by Jack Flagg that time. Got a fastball right over the plate, put a really good swing on it, drove it right in between shortstop and third base, able to come knocking a run. Now the Titans were just trailing 3.
Still no outs. Runners on first and second for Matt Hudick. Hudick tries to bunt, fouls it.
Really tough pitch that time, the bunt that time. A curveball came in from Williams off the mound. Nice job by Hudick trying to get that one down. Just couldn't quite do it. We'll see if he can get another crack at it right here.
Patiently awaiting the 0-1 pitch. Squares the bunt, gets it down. They will go to first for the out, but now that puts 2 runners in scoring position for the Titans, only 1 out. As it looks like Carroll is getting some action down in the bullpen, maybe trying to just be prepared in case things go wrong in this inning.
Right, yeah, nice job by Hudick that time of getting that bunt down, advancing his 2 runners over to first base here. We'll see if the batter can knock him in right here.
Tristan Figgis, the right-hander, he takes the strike call, as fans don't necessarily agree with that call. That one fouled off to the right.
We'll see if Figgis gets a fastball right here. First pitch fastball, second pitch breaking ball. We'll see if Williams comes back with a fastball right here and see if he's ready for it.
That one high.
He definitely threw a fastball, but that one was a little out of the zone that time. Not what Figgis was looking for.
Lewis for Carroll, really first time he's finding himself in some trouble with runners in scoring position, as he'll deal, and that one fouled way off to the right.
Man, the car insurance on these cars in the parking lot over here must be through the roof. I mean, you could not pay me $1 million to park my car over here.
It certainly is a dangerous area. We've heard a few windshield cracks in the couple of home games that we've had so far.
You're just praying it's not yours.
As that one's in the dirt for a ball. Figgis being very, very patient against Braden Lewis.
Yeah, he's done a nice job so far. Fouled off tough pitches, taken bad pitches. We'll see if he gets one to drive right here.
It's a 2-2 count. And he'll drive that one into right field. That's going to drop fair. And they're going to send both runners, and they're going to score both runners. So the Titans, after giving up 4, they're going to find themselves on the board even more. And the Titans are kind of rolling right now, figuring out Braden Lewis.
Yeah, usually it's that second or third time through the lineup where guys start to find their swings. They've seen the guy, they've seen his stuff a couple times, and right here it's kind of paid off for the Titans. The third or fourth time through the order, they've been able to get a couple of guys on early, get in the pitcher's head, and obviously produce 3 runs so far.
So with the Titans crossing the plate a couple of times, it's 4-3 now, and that'll cause Carroll to have a little bit of a mound visit. And what do you think Carroll coaches are saying to Braden Lewis right now? I mean, what do you think is his mindset right now, and how can he kind of help right himself?
Yeah, I would think for Lewis, I would definitely think number one, he's not coming out of the game right now. He's thrown a really good 4 innings. You're not coming out. Obviously, they don't really have anybody ready. They got somebody thrown, but not quite ready yet. But be a bulldog right here. Obviously, you've given up those 3 runs on a couple of good barrels and a dinker right there. Find a way to roll a 2-ball. I think if you're Carroll, it's find a way to roll a 2-ball right here and get ourselves out of the inning.
So Justin Gadomski will try to keep things going for the Titans. 1 for 2 for Gadomski on the day, as they'll hit that one into the right field gap, and that one's going to drop. Gadomski rounding first, heading into second, and they're going to hold the runner at third. and the Titan bats are heating up, and they're heating up very quick.
Yeah, really nice barrel that time by Gadomski. Got an outside fastball, took it that way, able to find some green grass out there. And just like that, again, the Titans have second and third with just one out.
Cade Tomhave is the next batter for the Titans. That's who you want up. We talked about that weighted on base average in the last inning. This is exactly who you want up to try and get those runners home, especially considering the extra base hits that Tomhave produces. And that one misses outside for ball one.
I kind of mentioned a couple of times, but the pressure that base runners put on you as a pitcher, you're not, when there's nobody on, you're clear as mind thinking on the hitter. When there's guys on, you're thinking about those base runners, thinking about, am I going to pick off? Do I not want to pick off? And almost the hitter becomes your last resort here if you're a pitcher.
That one taken for a ball. Tomhave second on the team for the Titans in RBIs. Looking to add some more. He's only 5 behind the leader, who has 23 RBIs.
Well, let's hope Tomhave adds 2 right here. It'd be really nice to drive in a couple of pair.
I would absolutely agree, as that one is chocked foul behind the catcher.
Nice job that time. Really tough breaking ball. It broke right at the last second. He was able to foul it back or foul it straight down. It would have lived to fight another day, another pitch.
Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th, too. Titans have still a couple outs to play with. See what they decide to go with against Tomhave, as that one is called a strike, and that was a nice pitch.
Yeah, nice pitch on the outside. Maybe a little spinner that time. It was spinning over the right, spinning over the outside corner of the plate and get the strike call.
2-2 count to Tomhave. Gadomski on second, Figgis at third. And that one fouled down the right field line.
Even though it's a foul, I really like that swing from Tomhave. Outside fastball, he's seen his buddies do it here the past couple at bats. Outside fastballs, take it the other way, see what happens. Nice job by Tomhave fouling that one off on a tough outside pitch.
Center fielder for Carroll, Joey Apino, shaded a little bit to the right, probably thinking exactly what you were thinking. Titan hitters going opposite field, as that one's fouled back once again.
Yeah, really nice job by Tomhave. Found off a couple of tight pitches. We'll see if he gets one to drive right here.
Really, really prime opportunity for the Titans. Trying to tie this one up or at least take the lead. They're down 4-3. And that one gets past the catcher. Runner coming home, and he'll score. So that will tie it up, and Tomhave didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah, really fortunate to break that time right through the wickets of the catcher. Nothing you can do about that one, but the Titans will certainly take it as we're tied at 4.
Good awareness from Tristan Figgis coming home. No hesitation as it got past the catcher and Jimmy Williams. That one hit into right field and drops again. So a hit for Cade Tomhave. He'll get an RBI single, and just like that, the Titans will take the lead.
Man, I tell you what, I might as well go buy a lottery ticket, because every time I said the Titans are going to do something tonight, they've done it right there. Tomhave finds the right side for a base hit, much like his counterparts, able to fight off outside fastballs and find some gaps. As you see, Carroll is going to want a mound visit here.
They will meet on the mound as the Titans are exploding for a 5-run inning so far. Still only 1 out. We'll see what they want to do, as it looks like they are going to bring in a new pitcher. So we will get that information to you as soon as we know who it is. But we are going to take a quick break here on the Titan Broadcast Network, and when we return, the Titans will try to keep it rolling.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
We are back on the Titan Broadcast Network as the Pioneers had it rolling for a little bit on both sides of the ball, but now the Titans jumping on them as there's going to be a new pitcher for Carroll. And quite honestly, you give up a lot of the runs, but before this inning, Braden Lewis pitching a very decent game. I'm sure he's not happy with himself for that inning, but now it's going to be up to the bullpen of Carroll and Tyler Burns, the right-hander.
Yeah, you really can't ask for much of a better start from Lewis. I mean, he threw 4 scoreless and just a couple of fastballs that got away from him. It resulted in runs, but it's kind of the same thing for both pitchers in this contest. Had really thrown solid games up until the point where they didn't, and both teams exploited for multiple runs in those innings.
So as Burns gets warmed up, we will remind you of the situation as Cade Tomhave finds himself on first base with Jimmy Gargoni at the dish and only 1 out. And if you're the Titans, you can't feel comfortable, even though you've made the comeback and taken the lead, you can't feel comfortable with a one-run lead. You need to take these opportunities and pour it on to make sure that you give your pitcher and your defense a comfortable feeling going back out on the mound.
100% really in baseball, you got to strike while the iron's hot, right? Sometimes your offense goes cold and sometimes it's red hot, and the Titans are right now so far on this half inning. Just find ways to keep tacking on runs. The more runs, the better.
So Burns is warmed up. Burns has 5 appearances so far this year. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. And he comes into a tough situation for Carroll, finding themselves now down. First pitch is outside to Jimmy Gargoni for ball 1.
And really, if you're Burns right here, it's just come in, throw strikes, roll up a 2-ball, and get the Pioneers out of this. But if you're Titans, you're still in attack mode, right? You scored 5 runs so far this inning, but keep staying on, keep pressing, keep getting runs.
Runner goes as that one's popped into center field. Coming in and making the grab is the center fielder for Carroll in Joey Apino. And back to first goes Tomhave.
You got to wonder if that was supposed to be a hit and run that time, and he just got a little too much of that ball that time. And I think that definitely was. Tomhave was Tomhave was definitely going on the pitch. Hit and run, that's not very well executed.
That'll bring up Tyler Woltman to the plate. He's got 2 at-bats and 2 groundouts. That one's in there for a strike.
That one looked a little tough that time. Definitely an inside pitch. Obviously, Woltman didn't like it as he kind of took a little bit of a hop backwards out of the batter's back that time, but a strike nonetheless.
Sometimes the calls just don't go your way, and that was probably one of them.
As an umpire, umpiring is not easy, especially at this level when guys are throwing hard and fast and everything moves.
Next pitch fouled back. Came scorching over the press box.
I wonder if the people in the front yard back here could charge like $1 per foul ball they get from these games. I bet they'd make some pretty decent money. Like if you really want your foul ball back, it's gonna cost you.
Well, there you go. You heard it from
So
Tyler
if you're in the fraternity over here across from the Wesleyan baseball field, make sure you take out my business idea and start charging them some money.
0-2 pitch, runner goes, and that's going to be fouled high and way out of play.
Nice job by Woltman right here, fighting off pitches, fouling him back. We'll see if he gets a good one to drive right here, able to advance his runner.
Tom Have being active on the bases, running with that pitch. And they'll do the 0-2 again. Pick off move. Tom Have back safely.
I think Tom Hayes got a little bit of reassurance over there that the lefty is no longer on the mound, because when the lefty is on the mound, you really just never know where you're going to get. Where if a righty, he's got to spin all the way back and get you. So definitely a little more leeway over there at first base.
Pitch low for a ball to Woltman.
I know as a base runner, I always dreaded going against left-handed pitchers, because they could be looking at home plate and dice you up with the sidearm action, and all of a sudden your first base is going, what the heck are you doing over there? And
once again, they check on him, but
they must really think Tom Have's a running threat over there. I mean, I don't really know how many bases he's got on the year, but he's thrown over 3 or 4 times so far on this at bat.
We'll see how aggressive he gets. Not too aggressive on the lead as he goes on this pitch, and it was an off-speed pitch, and that was the pitch to run on right there.
Right. Slow progression of the plate. Probably a 1-5, 1-6 to the plate that time. Nice shot by Tom Have. He'd kind of been getting a bigger lead every time. A couple of throws over. That time he decides to go on a nice stolen base.
He'll move him into scoring position. Woltman still at the plate. 2 outs and a 2-2 count. That one inside, ball 3, makes it full.
I think what's going on here is Woltman is really up on that front line. He might have a better view than I do, but I think he is pretty much on that chalk line that time. So every inside fastball he does kind of do that little jump back. Makes it look more inside than it actually is.
Veteran move by Woltman. As that one is hit high into left field. And getting under it and making the catch is the left fielder, Brody Furco, and that will retire the Titans. But they have taken the lead. It's 5-4 here at Jack Hornberger Field. Stay right here after these messages. We'll have more baseball on the Titan Broadcast Network.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
It's a new pitcher on the mound for the Titans as they bring in Brady Hartman. Caleb Martinez doing a very nice job in his short work, coming in after Dalen Banks had an injury, but they turned to Hartman, and he's got a lead now, so that's got to make him feel pretty comfortable.
Right, yeah, anytime if you're a pitcher, when you come in the lead, your offense has got your back, and you can just kind of go out there and do your thing. We'll see what Hartman does right here.
He's got a good strikeout to walk ratio, 6 strikeouts to only 3 walks. He does have a 6.0 ERA, but we'll see what he can do. He's only got 4 appearances on the year. So not a lot of game action to go off of.
And sometimes that 6 earned run average is 100% dependent on, number one, what kind of situation you get put in when you're pitching, and number two, who you're playing. Because there'll be a lot of guys that say, "Oh, we're playing so and so, I'm going to bow out and let this guy take my innings," and sometimes it happens, but sometimes it don't. We'll see what Hartman's got right here.
Brody Furco will lead off for the Carroll Pioneers. He's got 1 at bat and 1 strikeout. The left-handed left fielder for the Pioneers will take a first pitch strike.
Yeah, really nice drive from Hartman that time, going away from the left turn with an outside fastball and a good start.
This is low and inside. Evens it up at 1-1, and mixing locations here early for Brady Hartman, trying to get the hitter to change eye levels. That one's hit over to second base, ranging in, making the play is Gage Wolf, as that was a nice little flip as he ranged in to make the out.
Yeah, nice play by Gage Wolf that time, but a nice pitch by Hartman. An outside fastball, got the batter to roll over it. Soft contact is what pitching coaches preach. That time he got it for an easy out.
Nathan Crick steps back up to the plate. As Hartman deals strike 1. Seems like he was bringing the heat on the 0-1 pitch. He brings the heat on that one, but a little too much power makes it 1-1.
If we were playing at 54 feet, that pitch would have been absolutely on the money, but unfortunately for Brady, we're playing at 60.
Now he goes with an off-speed pitch.
Comes back. I was going to say, comes back with a really nice off-speed pitch, froze the batter, got his front shoulder to tuck in, and with no swing. Nice job.
A little heater comebacker makes the play, and he'll flip over to first base in Cade Tomhave. And again, a pitcher making a play on the mound.
Yeah, the saying goes, pitchers are athletes too, and there's no more 2 pitchers to show than the 2 Titan pitchers tonight. We had a knockdown line drive, and that time a snared ground ball, and the pitcher and the Titans got 2 outs here.
So 2 quick outs for Brady Hartman coming into the game, and he'll face Thomas Ward, who has a walk to his name.
It really seems like Hartman's kind of bringing the heat so far out of the bullpen. Throwing a couple of nice fastballs, and that time that ball smoked right back up the middle for a base hit. But really, Hartman's done a nice job of avoiding hard contact outside of that pitch.
Carroll finding themselves on first base with the single, and Anthony Tato will be tasked with trying to move over Ward. Trying to get anything going with 2 outs, though. As that one misses outside for ball 1 to the hitter in Anthony Tato. That one scorched up the middle. Making the dive and the scoop for the out is the shortstop, Justin Gadomski. And a nice play by Gadomski will end it for the Carroll hitters.
Yeah, really nice aim that time by Hartman. Got a couple of soft contact. out that time. A ground ball snagged by a shortstop, and Titans go 1-2-3. We'll see if the Bats can pick up right up where they left off last inning.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is proven science? At Just Thrive, it's about best-in-class clinical research. It's about supplements that empower users to control their health. These are the elements that make up the foundation of Just Thrive. Our proven, clinically backed, proprietary probiotic removes the guesswork from supplement selection because we've done the work for you to ensure that you're getting the best product possible, empowering you to take back control of your health from a leader in the digestive, immune, and emotional health spaces.
It's the Titan home half of the inning as the bats will come back. And you got to like what you've seen from the Titan offense these last innings as they've put up some runs, kind of finally starting to get a rhythm. They've struggled with that the last few games. They finally found their stride, and head coach Michael Keller's got to be happy with that.
Yeah, especially with the offensive production that came out of the last inning. Backside line drive was the approach, and the Titans certainly executed with a couple of gappers and a couple of backside hits. They would able to get themselves to 5 runs. We'll see if they can pick that right back up in this inning.
Ben Ford and Gage Wolf will be the first 2 hitters for the Titans as they will face Tyler Burns once again, who's going out on the mound for the Pioneers. Ford 1 for 2. They don't want to let off the gas right now. Only 1-run lead, as we mentioned. And a bunt shown, but pulled back in time for ball 1.
Always like the aggressiveness, always trying to make the pitchers happy. Never know when a guy can lay one down.
Corner infielders for Carroll playing back. See if they're influenced by the bunt attempt as that one's taken in the dirt for a ball. Two and 0 the count to Ben Ford. And 3 straight balls thrown by Tyler Burns. And a good count for Ben Ford right here. Do you think he gets the green light?
I think he would, especially with how hot the Titan offense has been the past inning or so. I would say 3-0. You're probably going to get a fastball right here. Why not take a hack at it?
And that one's taken for ball 4. No swing, but draws the walk.
Yeah, that one must have been low that time. I thought Burns delivered a pretty solid pitch that time, especially 3-0. You're trying to find a strike anywhere you can get one. That time delivered a fastball, must have been a little low.
So the walk given up by Tyler Burns, and Gage Wolf now at the plate. And again for the Titans, you get base runners, and this is starting awfully similar to the last inning where they scored 5 runs. We'll see if they can take advantage once again as Wolf will take a first pitch for a ball.
Yeah, Burns has yet to find the strike zone so far here, so if I'm Gage Wolf, I'm hunting. He's going to want to throw a strike, so there's probably going to be a fastball, hunt a fastball, see if you can drive one into a gap. Or take one right off the back.
Wow, he showed bunt to try and get the sac bunt down, but it ended up hitting him. And this is turning from bad to worse for Tyler Burns.
Yeah, totally not what you wanted if you're a Carroll Pioneer right here. You had a rough inning last inning, went through 2 pitchers, and now Burns is off to a rough start. Hasn't really thrown a strike, if I do recall, on this inning. He was 4 on the last batter and 3-0 on Gage Wolf. So we'll see what happens here.
They'll take a mound visit to try and get Tyler Burns recollected. There is some action down the left field line in the Carroll bullpen. We'll see how long of a leash Tyler Burns gets as Jack Flagg will step up. He's 1 for 2 and an RBI with a chance to add a couple of more.
Always got to love the gamesmanship in baseball. It took 15 seconds there, let your pitcher walk around, and now we're taking a mound visit out of the Carroll Pioneers.
Sometimes you got to try to get any advantage that you can, and Carroll's certainly exercising their right to do that.
I think what it looks like is we are going to get a pitcher substitution here out of the Carroll bullpen, so my knocking on the Carroll head coach wasn't exactly warranted, but you know, he'll never know.
Well, he definitely made up his mind, and we'll have a new pitcher on the mound for Carroll. And we'll tell you about that pitcher more in just a little bit. But first, we're going to take a break on the Titan Broadcast Network. And when we return, the Titans will try to add to their lead.
I can see it now. The smell of the grass on the quad. That sense of excitement in the air each fall. It feels like yesterday. While I'm no longer 18, I know there are students out there ready for an opportunity like I had. For the space to discover passions, bond over dreams, and make lifelong friends. Breakthrough at Illinois Wesleyan University.
It's a new pitcher on the mound for Carroll, as they're going to go to the bullpen to try and keep the Titans at bay, as they're really trying to knock on the door. They got runners at first and second with Jack Flagg up, and this is, again, a tough situation for a pitcher to come into.
Yeah, you never want to come in. You never want to come in a situation like this. Guys on first and second, nobody gone, and quite frankly, a really nice hitter for the Titans at the dish. So tough position for the Pioneers to be in right here.
Jack Flagg going to be tasked trying to get some runners home. As Chase Schultz will come into the game for the Pioneers, excuse me.
From what I've seen so far in warm-ups from Jace, he is really going to be breaking ball heavy. He's got a nice 12-6 curveball, mixes in with a pretty firm fastball. We'll see what he decides to go with here. Just trying to find ways to get out and avoid trouble.
So with Schultz warmed up, Flagg will step into the box. Long pause, and now set is Schultz. First pitch misses on the outside part.
Yeah, there's that outside fastball we've kind of been honing in on the past couple innings. No call that time. We'll see how that goes the rest of the game.
Outfielders, excuse me, pretty much straight away for Carroll. And another one misses low and outside for ball two.
Yeah, the bottom line is the Pioneers have just had a really hard time finding the zone in this inning. I don't think we've seen a strike yet. Maybe one foul ball, and I'm not even sure if we've seen one of those. Just not a lot of strikes being thrown by the Pioneers.
If you're the Titans, you're fine with that as long as you'll be patient and take your walks. It's slow, but and methodical, and that one's way wild. It hits the backstop. Both runners advance, and my goodness.
Whew. I've seen a lot of conundrums going on the pitcher's mound, but that might be a first. I don't think I've ever seen a guy's back foot get stuck. Then his front foot gets stuck, and the ball landed about 25 feet to the right and about 18 feet short of the dish. But nonetheless, it's a break for the Titans, and now you got both guys in scoring position at second and third with a 3-out count.
No outs for the Titans, trying to strike, leading 5-4 in the bottom of the sixth. And a late strike call by the umpires. Flagg thought he had to walk.
Yeah, to be quite honest with you, I thought he was motioning as to ball 4, take your base, but instead it was a strike. It definitely a high pitch that time. Looked about chest high, tough call, but still a 3-1 count. Batter still in the driver's seat right here.
Three-one count, long pause by Schultz. Gets the sign. Delivers and fouled back towards the right field line near that dangerous parking lot, as was mentioned.
I'm sure my grandma Susan not listening, but one time my cousin did play here, and foul ball, just like that one off in the distance, heard a ksh. You're like, that's not my windshield, is it? Sure enough, we walked out 2.5 hours later. The red Toyota Corolla's windshield was absolutely smashed.
Oh, nuts.
Yeah, I'm sure she's not listening, but.
That one hit into right field. On it is Sinek. He'll make the catch. The runner tags. Both runners tag, and they score a run and make it to third. Do the runners. So Wolf advances and Ford advances, and they make it a 2-run lead.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say do your job and do it well, and that's exactly what the Titans did right there. Executed a sac fly to perfection, scored one guy, moved one guy over to third base, still got it out on the board, but still Titans advance their lead to 2.
Matt Hudick at the dish, 1 for 1. Infielders playing a little bit in for Carroll. That one smoked over the second baseman's head, and that's going to be an RBI single, and the Titans keep it rolling as Matt Hudick finds the outfield grass.
That a really nice rip by Hudick on an inside fastball. Took it the way of the pull side, able to knock down right into right field. But really, this has been a complete 180 from what we saw the Titans the first 4 innings. I mean, these guys are on fire right now, and if I'm Coach Heller, I'm saying keep the foot on the pedal, right? Don't let up. Keep getting base knocks. Keep scoring runs and see what happens.
Tristan Figgis, 1 for 3, 2 RBIs, and he's got a man on first. That one inside almost hits Figgis as he turned away from it.
Yeah, I think we've seen a full testament here so far in this contest is the amount of pressure base runners can put on pitchers, both with the previous pitcher for the Pioneers and now this one. Base runners are causing havoc for these guys.
And right on cue, they'll check on the runner at first and Matt Hudick. He's back safely. We've seen a couple of Titans get picked off in this game. Couple base running mistakes, but obviously it hasn't mattered as they find themselves ahead. And that one inside for a ball.
We're lucky the Pioneers haven't pulled another lefty out of the bullpen, or else the base runners would be in real trouble.
They do have a righty in the bullpen.
As long as it's not a lefty, I'm sure the base runners and the base running coach are thinking, thank the Lord, because we almost got picked off twice.
That one is fouled back. Out of play for a strike. Figgis doing a really good job on that pitch, just battling and finding a way to foul it off, staying alive in the at-bat.
Yeah, nice job by Figgis, just making things hard for the pitcher that time. Now, he still leads 2-1, so still got a little wiggle room, but I'd like to see him get a base knock.
That one inside again.
Really just same thing as I said earlier in this inning, just not a lot of called strikes for the Pioneers here in this inning. We had one on a 3-0 count a couple batters ago, but it's just either been fouls off or balls. Just not what you want if you're a Carroll pitcher.
(3-1) misses, ball 4. 2 on for the Titans. And even though that was not a hit, it was a good job being patient. You'll take a walk any day of the week.
Yeah, drive up that pitch count any way you can, right? Find ways to get on base, and that's exactly what he did that time with a walk.
Titans threatening once again. Gadomski at the plate, 1 out. 7-4 is your score in the bottom of the 6th. As that one is fouled back. 4-strike 1.
Tell you what, it seemed like Gadomski just missed that one that time. Fastball grooved right over the heart of the plate. Just couldn't quite get his barrel to it, but I'm sure we'll get another chance here in this at-bat.
Gadomski had quite the performance in his last outing. A couple of long bombs for Gadomski. As he'll look at that one for a strike. Thought maybe it was a little bit outside, but.
Man, I am really having a hard time figuring out this umpire on the outside corner, man. I mean, it's like one pitch is a strike, the next pitch is a ball, same spot. That time it was a strike, so I guess it's just rolling the dice and see which ones comes up 6s this time for strikes.
Pick off over to first. Back safely is the runner in Tristan Figgis. Gadomski in the hole 0-2. Trying to stay alive, choking up on the bat, doing anything he can to get contact. Wild pitch in the dirt, and runners back safely. Nice job by the Carroll catcher right there, keeping it in front of him.
100%, yeah. That doesn't. Number one, it helps every pitcher, but also saves base runners, right? Both guys would move out of second and third that time, and so they're on first and second.
That was the first ball thrown to Gadomski. It's 1-2. And another one taken for a ball low. Gadomski really making this Carroll pitcher in Chase Schultz work, throwing pitches, taking the balls when he gets them, not being over aggressive.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice breaking ball that time by Schultz. Really broke it off right at the last second. Just could not quite find the strike zone right there.
The 2-2 pitch from Schultz. Smoked into left field. Back is not going to get it. It's gone! My goodness, Justin Gadomski drills it to left field for a 3-run bomb.
Yeah, big time swing by Gadomski that time in a big time moment. Got the pitch he was looking for on an inside fastball, and he absolutely cranked it over the left field wall.
As the Titan dugout is happy about that one, Gadomski absolutely crushed it, and he continues his awesome performance where he left off in the last couple of games, and that is what you want to see. Titans adding to their lead, now up by 6.
Yeah, I don't really know what happened in between the 4th and 5th inning, but a switch was flipped in this Titans offense. They went from dormant to a wide open offense, and they have been slinging it ever since then.
So after a bases clearing 3-run bomb, it's Cade Tomhave at the plate. As he'll look at strike one. And now you got to really think that these Carroll pitchers are absolutely rattled. They just can't seem to find a way to figure out this Titan lineup now.
No, when they're throwing good pitches or getting fouled off when they're missing, it's balls, and when they're throwing their things are good, it's barrels in the gaps and home runs. So the Titans have really done a nice job of, number one, being patient at the plate, getting their pitch, fouling off the tough pitches, and driving the ones they can hit.
It's a 1-1 count to Tomhave. Schultz is trying to do anything he can to get out of it, but he deals another ball low and outside. They wait for the 2-1 pitch. Again, inside ball 3, as Schultz is really starting to struggle against these Titan hitters. Just can't seem to find the zone.
No. And really any pitch he's thrown that's been a good pitch has either gotten barreled or fouled off, so he's kind of had to pick at the corners, hasn't been kind of connecting.
And another one outside for ball 4, so the Titans get another base runner. Tomhave draws the walk, as the Carroll bullpen might have to get moving a little bit quicker, as Schultz is maybe getting to his limit here.
Yeah, I think the head coach for the Pioneers was motioning to the next bullpen guy, but I tell you what, hats off to the Carroll bullpen catcher, man. He has had to catch 3 or 4 guys here, and it's a cold night, so I know his hands got to be a little red, but it cannot be as red as the Titans offense right now. They are red hot. Any ball that's coming across the dish is either a barrel or a fouled off, and they're doing a nice job of producing runs here in the past couple innings.
So the Titans able to chase Schultz, as they will lead it by 6, and they're going to get a new pitcher, and we'll tell you about that pitcher here in a moment, but we're going to take a quick break while he warms up, and we'll be right back on the Titan Broadcast Network and 12-Ounce Sports.
When competition for the best jobs is fierce, how do you set yourself apart? Experience? An education? Yes, but not just any education. At Illinois Wesleyan, we prepare graduates who break through the noise, who run the boardroom, the classroom, the lab, the stage. The best college for jobs in Illinois is right in your own backyard. Reach further, dream bigger, and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
We're back as the Carroll Pioneer bullpen is getting quite the workout. And you mentioned it, Tyler, that catcher down there getting his money's worth, warming up these pitchers in a hurry, as Chase Schultz didn't have that long of a leash getting chased out of there.
No, it just started with Chase just could not find the strike zone, to be honest. I mean, every pitch he was throwing had a couple of walks in there, but every good pitch he was throwing was getting barreled and put into the gap by the Titans.
So he'll come into a situation with Cade Tomhave at first and Jimmy Gergoni up to bat as the announcement is made for the pitcher. I will get you his name in a moment. As I cannot read my sheet really good, as it's Alex Vogt, I think is how you pronounce it. I will double check that, but it's tough having bad eyes, Tyler.
Yeah, my dad's got the same problem. Fortunately, he's got a very, very strong prescription that helps him out. Luckily, I still have got the young eyes, so we'll see what Vogt can do here, really. I mean, tough situation coming in. Only got one guy gone, and it's really all the momentum in this contest is completely swelled towards the green and white. So we'll see if he can roll a 2-ball here, get the Pioneers out of this inning.
So Gergoni will step in and face the new Carroll pitcher. And he'll look at a first pitch strike on the outside corner. Once again, they get the strike call.
Yeah, well, first of all, he's already one step ahead of Chase Schultz because he threw a first pitch strike right there. But then again, they're just out of rolling the dice for a 6 and able to find a strike that time.
Runner goes, and he gets back safely. They could have had him there at first.
I don't really know what goes down in the Titans base running practice, but they've got some gamblers. They got a couple guys caught there, and the man at first was on a full-blown sprint to second, stopped and decided to hit the brakes and get back. Lucky he was able to get back and save it first.
That one's in there for a strike, as it's actually Isaac Verbruggen on the mound, as I misread my sheet. So Isaac.
Sorry, Isaac, for being off there on the throw pitches, but he's done a nice job so far. Able to get a couple of strikes here, get himself ahead 0-2. We'll see if he can battle for a strikeout here on the pickoff.
Runner's back safely.
Carroll must really think Illinois Wesleyan is wanting to steal some bags, because they have thrown over several times, whether it's this pitcher or the past one, over to first base.
They do have a couple of speedsters, but not sure that the Titans are going to be running and getting in danger of putting it out on the board when they're already up by 6. It's a 1-2 count to Gergoni. Long pause, runner goes, swing and a miss. The throw over to second, and they will not get him. So just as I say, they got some speedsters. Tomhave showing it off as he gets into second safely.
Yeah, Tomhave should thank his buddy there at the dish that time who saved him, because if that was just a straight steal with no swing, he was toast. But nonetheless, the Titans have a runner in a scoring position with 2 outs.
So Tyler Woltman will step into the plate now after the strikeout for Verbruggen, Runner in scoring position. First pitch ball high. Woltman having 3 at-bats so far on the day. Trying to get anything going for himself. He's doing a nice job on the defensive end as that one's called for a strike. Throwing out a Carroll runner earlier in the game. And I feel like that's something that is talked about a lot in any sport, as that one is fouled back for a strike. But you got to be able to do your job both offensively and defensively. You can't just be a one-way player.
Yeah, 100%. And coming from a pitcher's mindset here, it is without a doubt one of the greatest things as a pitcher to have a guy behind the dish who can throw people out. You don't really have to worry about runners. You know the guy who's got a cannon back there who can hose them down.
So a 1-2 count to Woltman. That one gets past the catcher, and the runner will advance as Tom Have really maybe almost could have walked over third.
Yeah, as we were praising the glories of catcher as a pass ball that time. So, but really, no, catchers having a guy who can throw somebody out behind the dish is an absolute pleasure. There's not a lot of them out there, but when you find one, pitchers make sure to thank your catcher for everything he does.
So now Tom Have at third. Woltman still at the plate, and Woltman hits that one high and foul out of play to the left.
Yeah, we'll see if Woltman here, it seems like the guy for Carroll is throwing a little harder, so that backside line drive is definitely within play. He's been pull side a couple times and straight back a couple times in a foul ball. We'll see if we can get one to drive right here.
And he does just that as he drives it into left center field. And that's going to drop for an RBI single. So, Tyler, it's almost as if you play baseball, as you definitely called that one.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight. I might have the luck of, I don't know what I got, but certainly it's one of the Titans' fortune as they've just doing a nice job of fighting off tough pitches, finding barrel pitches to drive, and that time it drove another one as they find the lead back at 6.
Ben Ford at the plate as Woltman drives in another run for the Titans. Doing it with 2 outs, might I add. It's very important to be able to get runs in with 2 outs if you have the chance. It's a big swing and a miss from Ford.
Yeah, even though it was a big hack, I like that hack by Ford. Got an opening fastball right there, just not quite on time. Took a big hack at it. It was not quite on time like I mentioned, but like that hack that time early in the count.
Bruggen ready to deal. And misses outside for a ball.
That time the dice did not come up 6 for a strike, so the umpire decided to call it a ball. We'll see if he gets a fastball to drive right here. This is a kind of fastball predominant so far in this inning. No real breaking balls thrown in there. We'll see if he gets a fastball.
And that one is called a strike.
The Titans have honestly been really good with 2 strikes in this inning, battling off pitches, making it hard for the pitchers, and when they do get a pitch to hit, they've driven. We'll see if we can find that again right here.
Ford looks at that one inside for a ball. Being patient once again, waiting for their pitch. The Titan hitters knowing what they're looking for, and when they get it, they're definitely taking advantage and striking. As Ford hits that one into center field, and that's going to drop for a single. And runners advance. Now it's first and second.
I tell you what, I might just predict this guy's going to hit a home run and see what happens, because every time I say they're going to get a fastball and drive it, they have so far. But so the Titans have done a really nice job. The Carroll pitchers have been hanging pitches over the middle. Titans are hanging and banging right now. We'll see if Gage Wolf can connect for another one right here.
Wolf, the lefty, in this Titan lineup. He's 1 for 2. He's got Ford on first, Woltman on second. As he'll look at a first pitch high and away for ball 1. That one hit to right field, and under it is the right fielder for Carroll, and he'll make the catch. Eddie Sinek able to do the job and get Carroll out of it, but the Titans continuing their hot streak, getting bat on balls as they will lead it 11-4, and when we come back, it'll be the Pioneers up to bat as they face this Titan pitching staff who's doing a phenomenal job. It's the Titan Broadcast Network with Illinois Wesleyan Titan Baseball.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care, from general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is proven science? At Just Thrive, it's about best-in-class clinical research. It's about supplements that empower users to control their health. These are the elements that make up the foundation of Just Thrive. Our proven, clinically backed, proprietary probiotic removes the guesswork from supplement selection because we've done the work for you to ensure that you're getting the best product possible, empowering you to take back control of your health from a leader in the digestive, immune, and emotional health spaces.
It's baseball under the lights in Bloomington, Illinois. The Illinois Wesleyan Titans are leading the Carroll Pioneers 11-4. And Tyler, if you're a Carroll fan, from their perspective, what do you think they need to do to try and get back into this one after giving up a lead?
Yeah, I would say it just starts with singles. Find ways to get yourselves on base. The only way you can score runs is to get guys on base. So find ways to get on base. Find ways to make at bats hard for the Titan pitchers.
So Sinek will lead it off. He's 1 for 2, and he does have a strikeout. As Hartman delivers, tries to hit the outside, doesn't get the call. Goes right back out there. He gets the call this time.
I'm telling you what, man. I got to ask this guy after the game what he was doing on the outside corner because.
And another
there
one.
it is. All right. Maybe it's like a third of a ball off the plate. It's the only thing I could think of what he's looking for. Nice barrel that time. Ball flies into center.
It's going to be caught as it's a guessing game out there behind the plate, but either way, they'll take the fly out for the out as Joey Pino will step up and take a stab at the pitcher, Brady Hartman.
Hartman has done a really nice job so far in relief. He's created minimal contact, able to feast on the corners as we saw on that at bat, but he's really throwing a lot of strikes, forcing the Pioneers into contact.
That one scorched over to first, but taken care of by Cade Tomhave as the hot corner gets some action. One of the hot corners, I should say.
I was going to say, being a former third baseman, I definitely took my fair share of steamers down there at third base.
That one high and inside for a ball.
Takes a gutsy man to play third base sometimes because you just never know what's going to happen.
That's not a position that I would want to play, as that one from Hartman misses again on the outside corner to Dalen Lambertson.
Hartman's pitching with a lot of confidence right now. I mean, even his misses are really quality misses, or just off the outside or just in. He's been throwing a really good game so far.
That one hits the turf. Good take from Dalen Lambertson. Lambertson has one of the RBIs for Carroll. As, geez Louise, that one not called a strike as Woltman paused.
I think all 300 fans here watching this game thought that was a strike. I thought it was a strike. You thought it was a strike. The pitcher thought it was a strike. Even the batter thought it was a strike. But the only guy that matters is the umpire who did not call it a strike.
So Lambertson will happily take the base as a big hack from Lane Scott. Maybe trying to get a couple of runs back with that swing.
Yeah, I like that pitch from Lambertson, though. Your best, my best. Even though I just gave up a walk, I'm still going to come back with a hard fastball and blow it by you.
Scorched down the first base line. Luckily, they got some netting.
Yeah, interesting to see what he goes with right here. He's going back-to-back fastballs. First one, batter was pretty late. That time, a little more on time, but still pretty late. Interesting to see if he goes high fastball or slows it down with a breaking ball.
That one hit right back up the middle and finds the hole into center field. So the Pioneers finding themselves with 2 on as Lane Scott able to get the single right back up the middle. And I got to think, if you're Brady Hartman, you got 2 on, you do have 2 outs, but you got to probably thinking that you need to get out of this with no harm done as the Carroll Pioneers are trying to put something together, having 2 base runners on.
100%, yeah. Just find a way to get out of this inning. Find a way to get yourself back in the dugout with no runs put up on the board.
Jimmy Williams hits that one right back up the middle. Stepping on second for the force out is Gage Wolf, and that will retire the Carroll Pioneers as we head to yet another half inning of baseball with the Titans leading it 11-4. You're watching baseball on the Titan Broadcast Network and 24-ounce sports.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12-ounce sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them. Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12-ounce sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Hopefully you have your peanuts and Cracker Jacks or any kind of snack that you may like as we got done with the 7th inning stretch as we head into the later stages of this one. And if you're the Titans, are you trying to pour it on, or are you just trying to play a little bit more defensively, trying to hold the lead?
Well, first of all, I look out there and I see a lefty on the mound, so I'm thinking the base runners are in big trouble, but no. All jokes aside, I would say keep pouring it on. Get as many runs as we possibly can. Keep putting pressure on the Pioneers to make mistakes and keep the foot on the gas.
That lefty you speak of is Ben Olson, as he will come in to relieve yet another Carroll pitcher as he'll face Jack Flagg for the first time for his night, as Flagg is 1 for 2 and 2 RBIs. And Flagg wastes no time taking a hack at that one, fouls it for strike 1.
I can definitely attest from up here from the concourse that the wind has picked up a little bit. It's gotten a little chilly here at Jack Hornberger Field, but still a great night for baseball, especially when the Titans are hitting as well as they are.
Gotta love chilly nights for baseball as an off-speed pitch, great pitch from Ben Olson, fooled Jack Flagg.
Yeah, really nice job that time. Spun a breaking ball in there, got the batter way out on his front foot, able to put down past him.
Flag waits for the delivery. That one high and away for a ball from Ben Olson. One, two, hit high in the air. In the infield, though, and making the grab is the second baseman in Anthony Tato, so that will retire Jack Flag as he couldn't quite square it up and get it into the outfield.
Yeah, but I really give Olson a lot of credit that time on the pitch. I think it might have been a little bit of a breaking pitch that time. Jammed the righty, just couldn't get any barrel to it, and it resulted in an easy out.
One up, one down, and that will bring Matt Hudick as he'll bunt, put it down, and it's going to be foul. As we've seen a couple of times now, the Titans doing that, just laying down a bunt, using that speed, and trying to get something going on the offensive side.
Yeah, I like that strategy from Coach Keller. Always keeping the Pioneers on their toes no matter what the score on the game is.
Hudick hustled down to first as he takes a long trot back to home plate. Hudick is 2 for 2 with an RBI. As he'll look at strike two. Lambertson was playing a little bit in at third. Now he backs up. That one a wild pitch in the dirt from Ben Olson.
I think Olson tried to go 3 straight breaking balls that time. First 2 were effective. That one just kind of bounced right in there. Maybe a waste pitch that time, up 0-2.
Another good eye from Matt Hudick as he watches that one low.
Yeah, Olson is really pressing the breaking ball here. I think I've maybe only seen him throw a couple of fastballs since he entered this contest.
That one hit on over to second. Anthony Tato on it. He'll throw over to first for the out.
Oh. You just hate to see that. I'm sure you folks on live stream saw it, but most teams after an out or a strikeout of any kind are throwing the ball around, and that time the Pioneers let it slip, and the baseball gods are rolling over in their graves somewhere when they see that.
Every sport has their superstitions, so to speak. Tristan Figgis at the dish. 1 for 3, 2 RBIs for Figgis as he'll look at a first pitch for a strike. See what the right-hander Figgis can do against Ben Olson. As that's called a strike on the outside half.
Yeah, I've just given up thinking what's a strike and what's a ball on the outside. I mean, it's just like every third pitch is a strike at this point, and you're just hoping as a pitcher you get it.
The next one, off-speed pitch, a little bit out in front of it, and fouling it off was Tristan Figgis.
We'll see. We'll see what Olson goes with here. He went fastball on the outside, breaking ball right over the heart of the plate, got it out in front. We'll see if he goes back to that breaking ball here, try to get strike through. If he goes back to the fastball on the outside, see if he can get a call. Or he could spike one or the other.
Titans will certainly take it as Figgis being very, very patient. Just taking what the pitcher will give you. Not being overly aggressive. There's another off-speed pitch again out in front of it, fouled off.
I think that's kind of Olson's bread and butter is his off-speed pitch, and the batter for the Titans has done a really nice job here of fouling off those tough off-speed pitches, taking fastballs to see if we can get one. We'll see if we can get one to drive.
That one scorched into center field, and you called it. He got a pitch to hit, and he drilled it.
Yeah, he finally got the beneficiary of fouling off breaking ball after breaking ball after breaking ball, and finally gets himself a fastball and knocks into center field for a nice base knockout.
Now it is maybe the hottest bat in this Titan lineup in Justin Gadomski. He had a home run earlier in the game. He's 3 for 4 and 3 RBIs. And the first pitch, swing and a miss. Good pitch from Ben Olson.
Yeah, nice shot by Olson, but Gadomski was going for number 2 on the night right there with that hack. Gotta love it from the big fella.
Olson set and delivers as that one's fouled back again. And if I remember correctly, that he had a big performance against North Park. I think he had 3 home runs in one game.
Wow, that is exceptional. You can see with the kind of torque he can create with his bat on inside pitches how he could definitely get those balls out.
Gadomski itching to get another one, and he'll foul that one back.
Yeah, and sometimes it's swings like that or just fouling off tough pitches that set up the home run swings that Gadomski had earlier in the contest.
Tristan Figgis over there at first. It's an 0-2 count and 2 outs for the Titans. That one hit into left field, but unfortunately straight to Brody Furco as Gadomski made good contact, just not where he wanted it to go, and that will end the inning for the Titans, but they still lead it here at Jack Hornberger Field. Stay tuned for more baseball on the Titan Broadcast Network.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and the latest technology. Nationally recognized heart care right here. OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute.
What is proven science? At Just Thrive, it's about best-in-class clinical research. It's about supplements that empower users to control their health. These are the elements that make up the foundation of Just Thrive. Our proven, clinically backed, proprietary probiotic removes the guesswork from supplement selection because we've done the work for you to ensure that you're getting the best product possible, empowering you to take back control of your health from a leader in the digestive, immune, and emotional health spaces.
What do you want me to do? If I drink, I'm going to be even colder. Serving hot chocolate.
Are back at Jack Hornberger Field. Titans going to the bullpen, and they're going to turn in the ball to Luke Costello. And Costello, 4 appearances. Again, numbers kind of skewed, but only 4 appearances. But Costello, very comfortable situation for him to come into with the lead.
Yeah, this is a breeze if you're a pitcher right now. Up 7 runs in the top of the 8th inning. All you got to do is get 6 outs, and the Titans are victorious. So you know you can trust your defense behind you. The Titans have played well all night on the defensive side of the ball, but nice position to be if you're a pitcher right here.
He will face the first batter of the inning, whose name is Brody Furco. He has 2 plate appearances. And yeah, if you're the Titans, I mean, pretty much, I would almost venture to say that you're probably maybe a little bit on cruise control at this point with the lead.
Just keep doing what you've done all game on the defensive side of the ball. Just take care of things, not make any errors. Don't throw the ball around. Throw strikes, catch the ball, and you'll come out of here victorious tonight.
And this would be a huge morale booster for the Titans.
And a team that was really kind of down in the dumps those first 4 innings just could not get anything going. But I don't know what happened after their buddy got injured on the mound and kind of maybe sparked the team a little bit, came out of the next inning, threw 4 runs back up on the board, and since then they put 7 up.
First pitch is a strike from Luke Costello to the batter, Furco. So that one's hit over to short. On it is Gadomski. He'll throw over for the out. So quick work from Costello on the first batter, as that's the first out of the inning. And that's exactly what you like to see when you have a new pitcher come into the game.
Yeah, and really, the line you use, quick work, you can really say that for most of the Titan pitchers tonight. Outside of that fourth spot in the fourth inning, I mean, the Titans have been really mowing them down so far since then.
Crick hits it right back up to Gadomski once again. He'll throw over. And yet another out. One pitch, one out.
I say this next ball goes to Gadomski to give him all three on the inning.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind that. I'm sure they never really complain about getting action. So Gadomski at least staying warm out there, moving a little bit. And it'll be up to Thomas Ward as two quick outs for Luke Costello as he deals strike one.
Yeah, in this situation, all you're asking from your pitcher, if you're the Titans, is come in, throw strikes, make them put the ball in play, give our guys a chance, and that's exactly what Costello's done so far in this inning.
Another pitch called a strike.
Yeah, he's really just filling up the zone and making the Pioneers put swings on the ball.
Costello trying to go 1-2-3, 0-2 pitches, low and away for ball one. That one's fouled back. Good job by the Carroll hitter, Thomas Ward, fouling off a tough pitch, staying alive.
That one has some seam on it coming back to right off the inside of the bat. Nice pitch by Costello, but a better swing by Carroll to foul that one off.
Costello ready to do it again. And this time he gets him. Strike three swinging. So Luke Costello goes 1-2-3 as the Titans are keeping their lead. It's 11-4, and we'll be back with more baseball on the Titan Broadcast Network.
It's time to play Did You Know with Illinois Wesleyan. First off, true or false? On average, over half of tuition for accepted students is covered by scholarships and grants. True. IWU invests more than $40 million in scholarships and grants for students each year.
Where has IWU ranked in highest earning graduates among small schools in Illinois? If you guessed number 1, you got it. And what's even better, IWU is the number 1 college in Illinois for getting a job and number 7 in the nation.
Last question, how much does it cost to apply to Illinois Wesleyan? If you said nothing, well, you're right. There's absolutely no application fee. So what are you waiting for? Visit, apply, and see all the opportunities for success that await you at Illinois Wesleyan University.
A little Sweet Caroline ringing out at Jack Hornberger Field as the Pioneers bring in Joey Rivera, the right-hander, to go yet another pitcher for Carroll. They're using a lot of pitchers in this game. That might affect them in the next couple of games.
Yeah, and in games like this, you don't really want to waste your main guy, so you're kind of opening the cupboards and the source and pulling out guys that might not get a lot of innings on the year and say, what the heck, we'll throw you out there and see how you do. And I think that's what you've seen so far for Carroll.
Titans hoping to get their first conference win of the year after dropping North Park. As we hope you are enjoying the broadcast, Titan fans and Pioneer fans alike, thank you for tuning in. As Cade Tomhave will step up to the plate to face Joey Rivera.
And I'm not joking here. I actually think I just saw Rivera last half inning walk out of the restroom to our left. I do believe it's the same guy. Now I'm actually kind of hoping he does well because I just saw him.
He deals ball one low and away to Tom Haven.
Interesting, Rivera kind of slipped that time. It's been the second pitcher we've seen tonight from the Pioneers only. We've had a couple of troubles with that turf mound.
That one scorched over to short, backhand to play, long throw, and they will get him, as that was a heck of a play by the shortstop, or by the second baseman, excuse me, Lane Scott.
Yeah, that's the second backhanded ball Lane Scott's fielded so far tonight on his back foot and just fires a couple rifles over there on a really nice play.
That was a long throw from that shortstop position. And give credit to Thomas Ward at first, stretching out and making the grab, as Jimmy Gargoni will step up to the plate. He'll take a first pitch in the dirt for a ball. How different is it playing in grass versus turf? Have you played on turf?
Yeah, we actually play on turf a lot. It's very different, especially as an infielder. It's really nice, especially when you're at short or third, when the ball is hit harder to you, that you know it's not going to take any bad hops and pop you in the teeth, it's really nice playing on turf. But if you're out of the normal community South Diamond playing third base, your dental plan's going to go up a little bit because we got a couple of rough hops out there.
That one in the zone for a strike. It's 2-1.
But I think what Wesleyan has here field-wise with the balance of turf and grass is a really nice balance. As a pitcher, I've never been a fan of that turf outfit just because the ball does run so much. Balls in the gaps are usually inside the park home runs. So I think what Wesleyan has here is a great setup.
It is a beautiful field. If you've never been to Jack Hornberger Field, I encourage you to come out and come to a game sometime. As that one's hit down the left field line, that's going to drop fair. It's going to be extra bases. As rounding first and getting into second is Jimmy Gargoni, and that one was absolutely sizzled down the third base line.
Yeah, nice job by Gargoni. Inside fastball that time. He got the back hip to it and drove the barrel through the zone, able to find himself a double.
That'll bring up the backstopper, Tyler Woltman, with one out and a man on second. Woltman 1 for 4 with an RBI. And a look at a first pitch strike. Rivera trying to keep Gargoni at second coming into the game for the Pioneers. Off-speed pitch, doesn't get the call.
That looked like a nice spinner that time by Rivera. I thought he spun that one in there very nicely, just could not quite get it, maybe a little bit lower. That ball is called a strike.
The 1-1 nails Woltman, so Woltman not happy getting hit, but he'll sprint down to first base, as that is not a big deal for the catcher.
Interesting look from Rivera that time. I don't know if you caught it, but he had his head completely turned towards second base when he lifted his leg and delivered the pitch. So as coming from a pitcher, it is really hard to keep your focus on second baseball, or keep your focus on the batter while also looking at second base. I think he just lost track of his target that time.
Will try to hit the outside corner, doesn't get the call.
Or you could just do the Johnny Cueto and turn all the way around and then throw to home plate, which is a very interesting strategy, but he was a phenomenal pitcher, so.
That one not called a strike, as I got to say that Cueto windup, that may be one of the weirdest windups I've ever seen.
I will tell you, my dad had me doing that when I was like 8 years old, and I was a pretty hard thrower, and I felt bad for the kids that I was facing because I had no clue where the ball was going. But it definitely looked interesting. And he made it work, man. He had a phenomenal MLB career. But I think there's a reason we haven't seen that for a second time out of anybody else, because it wasn't exactly the most effective.
There's been some weird windups throughout the years of baseball. As a 3-0 count turns into 4-0 count and a walk.
I wonder if you're Carroll, if you're just going to kind of let Rivera ride here, or what's the leash on him with down 7 going into the top of the 9th inning next inning? What's the leash? You were kind of saying it's your ball and we're just going to ride you no matter how many runs you give up. I do got to go. Of course, as soon as I say that, the head coach comes out and counts for a mound visit. So
we'll see what they want to do. As the Titans, just overall offensively, Coach Michael Keller's got to be really happy. They've been aggressive, putting the pressure on, as you've talked about all night, just making the pitchers uncomfortable, making Carroll use a lot of their bullpen.
yeah, and it's really started with their base running prowess. Obviously, they got picked off a couple of times, but they've stolen some bags, putting pressure on the infielders for Carroll, putting pressure on the pitchers, which has resulted in balls that have kind of gotten leaked over the plate a couple of times, and have found some barrels, which has resulted in 11 runs for the Titans in a really effective game.
So Carroll decides not to go to their bullpen quite yet, as it was just a little bit of a visit to Rivera as he gets ready to face Gage Wolf.
I'm not sure how many guys Carroll could have left down there. I mean, they've used about half the pen so far tonight, so.
That one hit into left field. It's going to be slicing. Foul.
Not a bad swing that time by Gage Wolf. Inside out swing, caught an inside fastball on the inside of the bat and just tried to pluck it the other way. Just went just foul.
Gets a little help from Jack Flagg picking up the bat as he steps back into the box. With an 0-1 count, 1 out, bases loaded. That one outside. That one in the dirt, almost gets past the catcher, but able to scoop it up and keep it in arm's reach. It's a really important at bat here for Joey Rivera. That one's a ball. Just trying to show some fight for this Carroll team.
And I would say if you're Rivera, just throw your best over the plate, and if he hits it, he hits it at this point. We're just trying to find outs anywhere possible.
The next pitch hit high. It's going to be in the infield and caught. So Rivera able to get the pop out. And now that brings up 2 outs with Jack Flagg at the plate.
Man, it'd be nice if Jack could poon over the fence right here for a nice grand slam.
I could not agree more with that statement right there.
Oh.
As he'll drill that one over to third. And the throw over, and they get the out. Jack Flagg tried to hit one over the fence, but to no avail. As that will end the inning. It's the top of the 9th. When we come back, the Titans trying to close it out. They lead 11-4 on the Titan Broadcast Network.
Why is Illinois Wesleyan the #1 school in Illinois for jobs? Maybe it's because we're the AND University. That's right, A-N-D. And. Here you can explore the arts and study in a pre-professional program, double major, and play a sport, do an internship, and study abroad. Your opportunities are endless. Set yourself apart with a degree from Illinois Wesleyan.
Titans trying to close it out. It's the top of the 9th. It's been a good one for the Titans. They lead it by a score of 11-4 as Luke Costello is going to try and close it out for the Titans. And they got to be really happy with this performance tonight, especially considering the rough conference start, as we mentioned, getting back on track, finding their rhythm.
Yeah, for the preseason CCIW favorites, it was kind of a culture shock getting swept by the Vikings of North Park, and sometimes it takes a little kick in the butt to wake up the bear, and that's exactly what happened. Got swept by the Vikings, but I've come out here in game one against the Pioneers and really put up a nice performance.
So Costello will warm up, and so will Tyler Woltman with a bullet on that throw to second.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure you can ask for a much better throw. That one was right on the money.
It'll be Anthony Tato. Nope, excuse me. Gabe Lee. As that one hit pop up. And Titans not able to make the catch as they just weren't quite fast enough. And that will drop in there for a single. So Gabe Lee coming into the game, doing his job, getting on base. And if you're Carroll, you're trying to copy the Titans and get those base runners.
Yep, just find ways to get guys on base and see what happens, right? I mean, obviously you're chasing a pretty big number here on the top of the ninth, but every base hit is an opportunity to get a guy in.
First pitch. It hit the batter. The umpire said it hit the batter, so now it'll put 2 on for the Carroll Pioneers as they are trying to get something going to put a couple more runs on the board. They got 3 outs to play with.
That just sets up an opportunity for a triple play in my eyes. Ground ball to third base, tag the base, get one to second, get one to third. Maybe it's because I'm cold, but no, definitely not. I did not think he hit him that time on the pitch, but I thought it was a little inside, but I didn't think it clipped him.
First pitch fouled back by Joey Apino. He's got Lee on second and Sinek at first. Bringing the heat on that pitch. Wow.
Yeah, really good response from Costello coming off that ball that was hit straight back in a hit by a pitch. Comes back with a nice fastball right down the pipe.
That one misses outside and away. Costello deals and gets the swing and a miss for the strikeout.
Costello's got good stuff out of the bullpens we've seen so far tonight. He's got a good mix of off-speed and fastball. He throws that fastball pretty firm. He can really spin the curveball, and there's a nice job here in relief.
So now with that strikeout, it's 1 out, and the Pioneers are in danger of a double play. That one's low and outside. That one chopped. Back to the pitcher. Throw to second. They get the out. The second throw, they call him safe. As the umpire said he was off the bag. And that looked like a close play at first.
Yeah, it was certainly bang, bang. Obviously, my Titan green glasses are saying that one was probably a double play, as both officials concur that time that the runner was safe. But really nice play by Costello that time. Fielded that ball on one hop, flipped his shoulders, threw a dart to second base. He was the only reason that ball was close to being set up for a double play.
So a close play almost ends it for the Titans, but now Pioneers have runners at the corners, 2 outs, and it's up to Lane Scott as the Pioneers are down to their last out. And so swing and foul that one towards the parking lot.
Man, you were just running a gamble parking in that parking lot.
0-1 pitch, ball 1.
Looked like a good spot that time from Costello. Looked like a high fastball, maybe just about letters high, maybe chest high right there. Good pitch, but then called the ball.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Costello. Fooled Lane Scott.
Yeah, right there you see that kind of breaking sweep reaction that Costello can put out. It's just got a really nice mix of pitches.
1-2. Low and in the dirt. Evens it up. 2-2 the count. Costello trying to end it for the Titans and get the 11-4 W. This is low again, brings it full. You throwing a pitch out of the zone here?
I think I'd bring him one right here. 3-2, 2 outs.
He does bring him, and it's fouled back.
I would say your best, my best, hopefully the last pitch of the game. See what we can do here. Or, being a guy who's got a good off spin, I might spin one in here and make it look like a fastball and catch him off guard.
3-2, 2 outs. Titans trying to close it out. Costello. Ball 4. So that will load the bases for the Pioneers. And if you're Luke Costello, you're trying to shut it down right now.
Yeah, because even a double gets this thing to 11-6, which is still a pretty big or a pretty big number. But the Pioneers started to gain some momentum. But you got to shut it down right now if you're Luke Costello.
Scorched foul. Jamie Williams trying to keep his team alive as he'll hit that one over to the shortstop, Gadomski, on a knee, and they get the out. And the Titans close it out as they beat the Carroll Pioneers 11-4. And Tyler, that's got to be a great feeling for the Titans. They come back, they get a conference win, and hopefully this will be the start of a good run for them with conference games.
Yeah, and really it's a win, but it's also a dominant win. You know, you come out, get off to a sluggish start, but you find your footing in the bottom of the 5th inning and really explode for a nice number and find a way to come out top with a crooked number in this one.
So Carroll comes to visit, and the Titans get the W. They're going to be back in action on Saturday for a doubleheader against Elmhurst as they go through the handshake line. And we will have interviews coming up in just a couple of minutes as we wait for the Titans to collect themselves and have their team meeting. But Tyler, it was a pleasure doing the game with you. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you as well. I'll try and show up on time next time. Baseball ran a little late today, so.
Hey, got to do what you got to do, right? Got to take care of your responsibilities. But strong showing for the Titans, and while we wait for who we will have the interviews with, we will take a short break here on the Titan Broadcast Network. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and stay tuned for the interviews as we'll be right back.
OSF Healthcare Cardiovascular Institute has been named one of the top hospital systems in the country for heart care. This prestigious award by the American College of Cardiology comes from our commitment to providing the highest quality of care. From general cardiology to complex surgeries and